1 year ago, I borrowed my wife's laptop, went onto YouTube, and hit go live for the very first time. A few weeks later, X-Wing showed me how to use StreamYard, and since then, I've interviewed so many guests, developed some great friendships with some other YouTubers, and even met some of them in person. We had a charity stream that raised $660 for veterans. We've laughed so hard we've cried. And more recently, we've committed ourselves to keep the Star Wars flame alive and to devote ourselves to think critically, rationally, and philosophically about the content that Lucasfilm gives us from here into the future. It's been an awkward growing process. The combined cost of my entire studio is still under $100, but the community that we've become is priceless. Thank you for 1 year on YouTube, and welcome to Coffee on Korriban. Welcome back to the show. And again, thank you so much for this 1 year on YouTube. I really have made so many great friends, and I wish that I lived closer to a lot of these people because they're people that I would honestly spend a lot of time with in real life if I was there with them. But man, thank you everyone for sticking it out through this first awkward year. I think we're in a good place right now with the channel, with the community that we built. I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat, so let me give some sips to those people real quick. Ladaj, here's a sip for you. Matt Cave, here's a sip for you. Maximus, here's a sip for you. Ted's Nerd World, I love the name, by the way. Here's a sip for you. Charlie, here's a sip for you. JD636, here's a sip for you. Avella, here's a sip for you. Star Cabal, here's a sip for you. All right, we're caught up. We are all caught up. And speaking of people that I wish I lived closer to, hello, Matt Cave.
Hello there. Yeah, so we got quite a bit of distance between us.
Yeah, it's close enough to where like a quick road trip would make sense, but far enough to where you would like actually have to plan something significant.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a bummer. Like if you were only 6-8 hours away, I'd have been there already. But I think you're like 20 hours or something, a little farther.
Could be, yeah, about there. Too bad, man. Hey, Father Time is here.
I got a highlight of you, Father Time, that I'm gonna pull up later in the show. You turn into a banana.
Oh, it is so good. That's not where it's really good.
I love those clips, dude.
So for everyone watching tonight, this is kind of just a community. Let's hang out. Let's celebrate 1 year. We're not doing anything super fancy. We might get into some deep diving Star Wars topics, but we're just going to hang out. Hopefully some other people that I invited are able to make it. But until then, we are just going to hang out.
Yeah, man. It's crazy how fast a year goes by doing this stuff.
Yeah. The banana. Yeah.
Oh, it's for those who may not know, my nickname has been placed into the chat, Avella. Thank you so much for that.
That is awesome. How did that come to be? Explain that.
This was during one of Strike's Lego Star Wars streams, I believe it was, and we were going through kind of like different characters you could be, and I think if I remember correctly, we were talking about how you used to be able to combine and make your own Lego characters in the old games, and this new one I think is missing that. And somewhere along the way, I don't know how we got there, but bearded Padme came up, and then it just became my persona.
Oh, it is my mom in the chat.
Oh,
hi,
mom.
That is awesome. I want to see a bearded Padme, but then again, these days maybe I don't want to see bearded Padme.
I mean, now you can see a God of Thunder Padme if you want. Now she's out there.
Oh, I feel like it.
Marvel.
I feel like if I go to any convention these days in 2022, I'm probably going to see a bearded Padme. There's like a 50% chance, I think, these days. So
Yeah, I think there is
I
a
don't
good
know.
chance of that.
That's one of those things that I want to Google it, but I don't want to Google it.
I don't
Probably
know.
exists.
It probably does. But look, it could be worse. It could be a bearded Return of the Jedi Leia. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Or a bearded Rise of Skywalker Leia.
Yeah. There's so many
Has anyone
possibilities.
seen where my razor went? I had to. I'm sorry. But yeah, one year on YouTube. And I think you started yours about the same time. Started being consistent and serious.
Yeah, about the same time. You know, I had officially made my channel back in 2016, and that was for the
Mhm.
sake of being able to like comment and talk, you know, in
Yeah.
chats and stuff like that. 2017, I was like, oh, maybe I'll give this a shot, and then I kind of didn't. 2018, I made a little more of a push, but it wasn't until really end of 2019 and then big time 2020 when I met
Mm,
EBN,
right.
that I was like, you know what, I'm going all in. This is where I'm going to do this, and it's been a heck of a ride, man. I mean, this is, like you said in the intro, the one of the best things of doing this was meeting the people that we have all met. You know, I consider
Yep.
all you guys friends. Like, this is unbelievable
Exactly.
that, like, you know, just hanging out like this is awesome. You know, I
Yep.
wish that we could, you know, chill in person and everything, and I'm sure one day we're going to make it happen. But
Yeah, absolutely. It's a priority. But I often think about, you know, you and X-Wing, Obsession, and just all these people that are regular guests on the channel. And I think, you know what, I've never met them. I can't believe it. Like I feel so close to these people because we spend time and we share such a common interest that is Star Wars. That it's weird. But a little backstory on my channel for anyone that hasn't heard the story. My channel was created in 2013. It was just my name at the time. And I had a couple videos, like a guitar video and a video of my dog on there. Just, you know, normal YouTube stuff when people aren't YouTubers. And when I got into parkour and free running, we would make show reels, like all the fancy stuff we've learned in the last couple months, kind of compiled to show to other people, something you can send. And, you know, oh, you do parkour too? Oh, and then you just send them a link. And I remember hitting 100 subscribers when I did those videos, and that felt huge. There was a certain sponsorship I was going for from like a smaller company. But they said you had to have 1,000 subscribers and like 500 Instagram followers and like kind of like the YouTube monetization rules, but on a little bit lower of a scale. And I hit 100 subscribers and I was just stoked. It was like 100 people are watching these videos, and a couple of them got some really good views. When I stopped doing parkour and free running for various reasons, my body couldn't keep up with it. Not that I got the injuries from parkour, but just like my body was falling apart and I didn't want to have anything major happen.
Gotcha.
I got into disc golf. You might have seen people in the chat might have seen the video of me and Coach playing disc golf. But I made videos on that for a while, for a couple years. Got some more, probably up to like 200 subscribers, I think, with the disc golf videos. I got sponsored on that, so I made videos for the company that sponsored me. And then when I stopped doing tournaments and actively trying to go pro in disc golf, I just didn't do anything with my YouTube channel. It just sat there. When I came back to it about a year ago, with the whole EBN inspiring us to, you know, make content and start doing Star Wars stuff, I looked at my channel, had doubled in size. It was like 450 subscribers, just randomly from the old videos sitting on YouTube, which was kind of a shock to me. It's like there's a big following for essentially a person that doesn't exist anymore. Like I don't do that stuff. Like I can still do a backflip, and I love playing disc golf when I have time, but I don't do that to create content for other people anymore. And so that was kind of a shock that, you know, I have this jumping off point to get me closer to 1,000 subscribers, but I'll have to start from scratch as far as making videos. And, you know, when I hit, I think we had a 574 subscriber stream, which was my 100 subscribers. So the number right now is over 800, but don't let it fool you. I'm not that successful just yet. Now I'm definitely quite a ways away from the 2,000 or 4,000 watch hours. So we're working on it. But like I said in the intro, the community that we've built and the people I see regularly in the chat is just awesome. I love it.
Yeah, man. It's when you build a community like that, and you're building friendships, and you know, it's the reason this year flew by so fast is because you're having a good time with it. You're having fun, and it's just that's what this is really about. Like I want success for everybody that's doing this on this platform, and you know, but it's the biggest part of it is making sure that you're always having fun with it. If you're not having fun, your audience is not going to have fun. You know, if you try to push something out that just doesn't come natural to you, it's going to come through like that. You know, and I've experimented with some things here and there on my channel, trying different things, you know, outside of just gaming, because that was what I was in the mood to do at that moment. So it's like, oh, you know, let me just share some stuff, you know, like that. And luckily people actually enjoyed it too. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll every once in a while, I'll still do something a little outside the box.
Yeah. And I think the series that is the most underrated, I see your comment, Charlie, the series that is most underrated on your channel, Mad Cave, is definitely your Hoth progression in video games. It is, they're so well made. And how many views are those on right now?
Oh man,
not enough. I know that
the first one is like 1 point something thousand. Like it's
okay. It's still not enough.
It's one of those things that was definitely a passion project for me. It's 1.2 thousand views is the first episode of that, and part 2 is at 343 views.
Right.
But it's interesting.
They need way more than that.
And I still see people consistent, like every day I'm seeing a few views here and there in that series. And I love it because I really did put a lot of passion into that. That was really you know, like I said, it's like one of those things I was in the mood to do. I try to put things out there that I enjoy, that I hope other people will enjoy. But it's like when I remix a movie, or lately I've been turning the God of War games into movies. Right. I did that because I want to see them as movies. But I'm like, well, let me share it with people, and people are having a good time with it. So anytime I see anyone popping up, whether it's 1 view, 10 views, whatever, I'm thrilled to see that. You know, this is slowly going someplace.
Right.
I don't know where it's going, but
yeah, and it's so hard because the YouTube algorithm is very fickle. You can't rely on it. Yeah. So if you get into a good pace, or one video blows up or something like that, you can't expect your channel to take off. I've seen it happen before, where a channel with 20 subscribers in a week has 50,000 subscribers. I've seen it before. Yeah. You just have to be in the position that if your videos start to take off, that you can continue to bring that quality level to the people. And so I think that's something that a lot of people that are looking to get into YouTube don't really understand. They think, oh, I'll just start making videos, and once I have subscribers, then I'll you know, put in some effort. It's like, well, then that proves that it's not a passion of yours. If you're doing it for the subscribers and the views, then that's not the right way to go about it, because you're never going to get that opportunity and be able to capitalize on it. But if you're making the quality content that you want to make, when other people see it, they're going to be attracted to that. Thanks for stopping by, Avila. And for me, it was a great struggle with the quality in the beginning. And I'm going to play that video now. Just a little montage of what's happened this last year. You'll definitely see some quality issues in the beginning, and I still got stuff to work out. Like the camera I'm using right now shuts itself off every 20 minutes. It's got this black border around it. which I can't get rid of on this camera. It is an old Canon DSLR camera. But as I said in the intro, there it goes.
Hey, there we go.
My entire studio setup is like under $100, and I can't afford to put money into a $900 camera and a $500 monitor and professional ring lights that are $200 a piece. I can't do that right now. But I'm definitely trying to maximize what I have. But for everyone, I hope you enjoy this quick little snapshot of what's happened in the last year. All right. Well, this will be my first stream ever, and you know what the plan is exactly? Just making a video. I don't know. Anyway, I'm making some coffee, and you can hang with me. Hello, and welcome to Coffee on Korriban. I'm still working on presentation and quality and stuff, and I will be getting a better mic. Oh, Average. How's it going, Average? Nice to see you. Here's a sip for you. Hey, I got a like. I'm assuming that's from Average as well. And I am stoked that you guys are going to join us tonight, us being just myself. Here he is. X-Wing, how are you doing, sir?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hanger Bay community. I wish you a happy.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh my god, everything's fine.
Is Mr. Asset Music. We have Coach from Echo Base Network and Nick from Echo Base Network.
Yeah.
Hi.
Master Paul. Mr. Matt Cave. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Your name is Matt, right? Not just Matt Cave?
Yep.
Okay. Sus T. What is this? That is disgusting.
I thought it was a costume contest.
Matt Cave says, my eyes. That is disgusting. I'm going to demonetize myself after that.
Or we could do banana. Oh.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Mustaches on Mustafar.
Daryl.
Howdy, fellers. That are going to make it come in thick.
Wow. Whoa, coffee. What camera is that? You looking cool.
I know, it's my DSLR. Right now it's my mustache cam.
Oh my god. You should be probably using that as your main.
Kyle Katarn. Welcome
Hello
to
there.
Mustaches on Mustafar. Ta-da!
Yep.
And he does have a mustache, so there we go. So for everyone in the chat, if you've been here since the very beginning, I really appreciate your time. May the stash be with you, and I will see you wherever I happen to see you in the galaxy.
That's great.
We've come quite a ways.
Dude, watching
We've come
that
quite a
evolution,
ways.
man.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Just me and it's still me and my dining room table, just with different lights. It's
Awesome.
the funniest thing. It's like, and I hope it comes through that it looks like I'm in an actual studio. I'm sitting in the same seat as the very beginning of that video. So, if anything, for anyone looking to start your own channel, make the most with what you got. You don't have to spend 10 grand on equipment. Now, whether or not I would be monetized already if I had put in the money, I can't say. But it's not about the monetization. That's a really cool goal to work towards. And I think we'll get there soon. But again, the community. I've met a lot of good people. And speaking of good people, Cobra says, my injury is getting better. Just going to take a great deal of time to heal. Well, I hope you are going to continue to get better. It's very unfortunate to hear about that. And I hope you recover well.
Absolutely. The force is
Thanks,
strong
Alan.
with him. He's going to get through it.
Yes, I know. We'll send him the vibes. Yeah. So it's been an awesome year, and let me pose a question to you. Where do you see yourself in the next year?
As far as the world of
Just a bit-
YouTube,
Well, yeah, just YouTube, your content, your studio, whatever. Where do you see yourself?
I'm
this
hoping
next year?
to have kind of a more streamlined look to everything. You know, I want to have some more regular based content, which I already started doing, which I've found to be a pretty big key factor into growing the channel. Everything I've ever watched about growing a channel, everyone talks about consistency. Oh boy, the belt.
Yeah, I won that from Paul in a giveaway. Yeah.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah. Consistency.
there could be some more WWE matches on the Matt Cave
Ooh.
featuring some of your favorite
I
YouTubers.
hope so. I hope so, because my father time loved that series. He showed it to his whole class. He's like, "Hey guys, look at me! I'm a wrestler." Just so funny.
It's so much fun making those.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a really quick story of where that originally started. Years ago, this is many years ago, I used to work for an old custom home theater company, and this was back when the SmackDown games first came out on the original PlayStation,
Mhm.
and you could create wrestlers. And I was like, wow, this is fascinating. And I was messing around with it and realized I could put a logo into it. And I put the logo of our company onto a shirt in the game. And then I proceeded to create all of my colleagues. And then we just had matches going. But
That is
to give you an
awesome.
idea of how we watched it, I had to record it onto VHS tapes.
What's that? A VHS? I remember Tiger Woods PGA Tour, the 2004. 2004 Tiger Woods PGA Tour. That was my favorite game. One of my favorite games at the time on the PS2. And I made my character what I thought I would look like, when I was old enough, because you can't do kids in that game.
Yeah.
My dad made his character, which of course looked like him. But this was like, I think, one of the first games where you could change the shape of the nose, like on a scale, not just like preset. Like you have 5 noses to choose from, so it was very detailed. And I would wake up as like a 11-year-old or whatever. I'd wake up at like 6 a.m. on Saturdays, because it's the only time we were able to play. And I'd get in there and I'd play the PGA Tour, and however many I could get through it before my siblings woke up and they took over the PS2. But it was like trying to imagine yourself. It was the very beginning stages of putting yourself in the game and trying to do that virtually. But that was a lot of fun. I thought I would grow up to still have blonde hair, which is not the case. I thought I would be a lot taller than I turned out to be, which is not the case.
Yeah, I thought I wouldn't be as gray as I am now, but it just keeps getting more and more every day.
You're killing it. The salt and pepper is in right now.
I'm gonna George Clooney the crap out of it.
No, it looks fantastic. So
that's
could use that belt for a shield.
There you go.
It's like a bulletproof vest.
Yeah. But having the ability to create anything in video games, to put yourself in it. I mean, I remember when KOTOR came out, and you got to basically, for the most part, you're making a character based on, with there was limitations there, but I felt like I was putting myself in the Star Wars universe, and that was a ton of fun. I hope they keep that with the new one, like creation.
I really hope so as well. I don't think my computer is powerful enough to run whatever the game is, whatever it comes out to be. I don't think it can do any games. But I would love to play the new KOTOR, and I do hope they keep the spirit of the original. I hope they keep the Revan Bastila storyline. Most of the characters, I hope they keep the same and just kind of fill in some of the gaps. And the story aspect, I hope they keep the same. Give us new planets, give us new missions, new fighting. Obviously, it's not going to be the turn-based fighting.
Yeah.
Or RNG fighting or whatever it is. But I hope they keep this certain little aspects of it the same, because that's what makes it special for so many people.
Yeah.
So Ted's Nerd World says, did you know you would have a magnificent mustache? Absolutely not. I did not. I had a mustache since as soon as I could grow one, which was maybe a year after high school. So like just before I got my bachelor's, I had a mustache, but I had the beard in my senior year. Just the little goatee. I couldn't grow anything on the sides. But I always wanted a mustache, and it was one of those in things in in high school where people had like wristbands with mustaches on them, like shoes with mustaches on the side. It was just one of those really cool things. Like, I don't know if someone had like a Kool-Aid shirt or something. It was just the in thing. And so I actually, in youth group at church, we were like fighting with Sharpie markers to like mark each other's arms. And I got a mark on my arm that looked like the perfect curl of half of a mustache. It was right on my elbow, on the outside of my elbow. And one of the guys was like, "Oh, that looks like a mustache. Let me finish it." And he drew the rest of the mustache. And I thought it was the coolest thing that every time it would start to fade, because it's a Sharpie, it lasts for 2 or 3 days, I would redraw it with a Sharpie. And I had it continuously on my arm for over a year. And so if you look back in family photos from that time in high school, there's a mustache drawn on my arm. It was like this big too. It was huge.
That's fantastic.
So to answer the question, I did not have any idea that I would grow up to have a mustache. I actually grew out a yeared, like just letting your beard grow for a full year and seeing what you have. I made it about 10 months just because it was way too scraggly on the sides. But I decided to keep the mustache a little longer, and I messed around with different waxes and stuff. And I was like, hey, this is actually kind of cool, which is about the same time when I started the YouTube stuff, just a little over a year ago. And people seem to like the mustache. And so I just kept it. And now it's my brand, and I don't think I can get rid of it.
Dude, it's awesome, man. I mean, it's one of those things that it just seemed like it was meant to be. I mean, I love the branding on your channel. I mean, especially the logo, like on the coffee mug and everything. It just looks so awesome. I think that's hilarious too. That story that you had the drawn mustache on your arm. It's like it was the
literally in family photos. It's there. Yeah. It was foretold.
Foretold on an inner elbow.
Ancient prophecies foretell of a YouTuber with a mustache on his arm.
Oh man.
But I definitely can't get rid of it. When I first started curling it, I just did the little curl in the outside like most people have. Most people that have mustaches that are longer have just a little bit of curl on the outside. And my wife didn't like it at all. I was like, just let me keep it for a little bit. And then I found the mustache wax that I use now. And now she wouldn't let me shave it at all. My daughters, I think I've said this before on my channel. I asked my daughter, should I shave my mustache? And her face is just, no, daddy. If you cut off your mustache, I will call the police and they'll take you to the hospital and the doctors will have to fix it. So don't do it.
Yeah, we have the technology. They can put that back.
I'd buy that for $1.
Dude, it's, you know what? Because my daughter's the same way. My kids really like my beard, and I have shaved it off. And they just look at me like, who are you? Like, get out of our house.
Well, I feel the same way.
To go even further, I actually got to trim and reshape soon. I had it longer for a bit, and my wife wasn't really liking that too much. But
so as far as plans to grow out my beard like Matt Caves, and don't get me wrong, I don't have the mustache for compliments. And like when I go into the store, I get a lot, but I don't do it for that. I like being different than most people, and it's easier to do that than with a haircut or something. What's up, GX2? Hey. Father time. I shall never shave. No, shall not shave.
I still bow to that beard. Just...
It's so good. So I don't do it for the compliments. I don't have this mustache for the compliments because that's kind of cheesy and lame, if that's the whole reason why I would have it. But I have noticed the longer my beard is from about what it is now, the less people give compliments. And again, it's not for the compliments, but it must not look as good to people, I guess. And I don't think it looks as good with a beard longer. There's also like the little hairs that connect the mustache to the goatee that I shave because I think it just makes it look messy. So soul patch and then like a beard that's maybe a ½ inch long or shorter. And maybe in the future, if I end up getting more on the sides, I'll grow it out. But it's too straggly to do anything longer than what Matt Cave has. So beard hides the stash. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say is the mustache stands out more. And I still don't know what it would look like if I was completely shaved on everything but the mustache. I don't think it would look that good. But that's why I have the beard about the length that I do. Right now.
You get a good blend with it, and you're right. Yeah, when you have a thicker beard and everything, it does take away from the mustache and everything. It doesn't stand out as much. I mean,
thanks for commenting.
Hey, what's up, man? A fellow man.
Thanks, dude. You have the link if you want it. Next one. Let's see. T. Davidson says a ton of Star Wars content to be made in the near future for the channel. What are you both looking forward to the most? I'll let you take this first.
Ooh, as far as, I mean, as excited as I am for some upcoming shows, the world of Star Wars video games is what I'm most excited for. The KOTOR remake, which we were talking a little bit about just before, and the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. We get Jedi Survivor, which has a lot of mystery surrounding that plot, and I am quite honestly on the edge of my seat waiting for that game. And I know there are several other Lucasfilm. What did they change it to? It's not LucasArts anymore. It's Lucasfilm something about their games.
Yeah, I don't. It's Lucasfilm something. I can't remember.
But their game side has a lot of projects coming. So, and I love the world of Star Wars in gaming because that's where you truly get to feel, for me, it makes me feel a part of that world. I felt like Jedi Fallen Order was incredibly immersive. I fell in love with that character. The little droid BD1 was fantastic. But that journey, going on a journey like that and going on a long adventure, that's the things I really look forward to. I think Knights of the Old Republic remake I think it's going to be stellar. I mean, just from the little bits that I've heard about, I'm looking forward to changes, but we'll see what we get. But yeah, for me, Star Wars games, man, I can't wait.
Yeah, KOTOR is going to be fun. I'm interested in looking at the playthroughs. I think as far as watching playthroughs, the Lego Skywalker Saga was the most recent one. Is Skywalker Saga? I think that was too in depth. There was too much there to follow along compared to like one of your Resident Evil streams where it's like 2 or 3 streams and you can watch them through. Yeah, I've seen like part 20 of the Skywalker Saga.
Yeah,
it's just there's just so much there, which as the player is good, but as far as watching, I'm much more interested in KOTOR to watch. And as far as the super chat button, X-Wing, I'm trying.
We're getting there.
Definitely
it's
trying.
Close.
We're definitely getting there. I was telling Matt Cave just before we started the stream. There's an old video. I don't know if any of you in the chat. Let me know if you have seen it. It was a how to replace a Jaguar XJ8 thermostat housing and coolant crossover pipes. This is an old car video I made years ago, and it was still visible because it had given me so many views. It was like 27,000 views. But I finally made the decision the other day to make it unlisted, which, as you guys know, you lose the watch time for that. And I went from like 2,100 watch hours to 1,800 watch hours overnight. It just tanked me back to less than halfway to monetization, which is sad. So, yeah, I agree completely. So close. So close. Matt Cave, you want to grow yours into handlebars?
Good. My wife would not like that at all. Although I did, obviously when you are taking down a beard.
Okay. So Ted says that video was in my suggested column forever.
Oh, the one for the
yes.
Yeah.
And the reason I made it unlisted was because it was getting recommended to me when I was logged into my second channel. So when I was logged into there, it was always like 50% of the time the video that was recommended right on the front page of YouTube. So I don't know how many times I watched it to make it go away. That's so Ted was all 27,000 views.
Nice.
Yeah, I it's a good video. It was very informative. If I
Mhm.
could just like transport it onto another channel, I wish I could do that. Because it was a really good
Yeah.
video that I made about that repair, and a lot of
Mhm.
people had used it and got a lot out of it as far as fixing that car. But it's not Star Wars, so I had
Yeah.
to take it off.
You know what? I have a similar situation on my channel. The video with the most views on my channel has nothing to do with gaming or anything. It was something I posted that's not even mine. It was I'm a Ranger fan, and I have their old Stanley Cup video from '94, the one that was only released at Madison Square Garden and wasn't
Mm.
mainstream, but it was the better of the two videos that came out at the time. So I posted it and edited some music out so it could stay.
Hmm.
And that thing gets tons of views every single day. And I'm like, wow, that's my best performing video, and it's not mine.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, X-Wing is the Jaguar XJ8 thermostat housing and coolant crossover pipe replacement. That was a nightmare. I kind of felt like after that, if I could do this, I can do most things with cars. It was not fun. It involved making tools, heating and bending wrenches in weird ways to get them to fit to access the bolts, so I didn't have to take the heads off. It was a nightmare.
Oh man.
But yeah, let's to get back to the question of what am I looking forward to, because I forgot to answer that. As far as Star Wars content, Andor, definitely Andor. I'm fully on board with Andor. The hype train is real. I don't have any reservations, mainly because it's not going to be about established characters, as far as we know. Obi-Wan Kenobi was iffy going into it. I was excited, but cautiously optimistic, as I'm sure most other people were. And I wasn't let down with Kenobi, but I know a lot of people were. But with Andor, I think the only people we're going to know is Andor, Mon Mothma, and Roken.
I feel like we're gonna
maybe
get
a couple other
broken in
people
there.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll get those three for sure. We will probably get maybe a little bit of Saw Gerrera. But other than that, I think we're into new territory within familiar territory. That is, it's. I think and a lot of people have said this before. Andor is the sleeping giant, and I agree. I think it's going to be a really interesting.
Well, because
show.
no one has any expectations.
Mhm.
It's a sleeping giant because no one is noticing it at all.
Yeah.
And the thing that got me the most hyped was the visuals in the trailer. It was a perfect blend of Rogue One, especially when they're in the streets and there's people running by and the explosions. Like, think back to when K2SO takes the grenade and chucks it behind him.
Yeah.
That whole fight scene in the city square right there. That's what it reminded me of, this new Andor trailer. And then the wide shots of, I think it was Coruscant, but the main buildings looked like prequels.
Oh yeah.
And that's a really good recipe that, unless they do something really lame with the story, I don't think they can mess it up.
Yeah.
And if they keep it, which, as I'm hoping, about the start of the rebellion, how did it form? How did they get going? I think they're going to hit a home run with that. Not a lot of people are going to be ready for it.
Yeah. See, I would love to see more of Coruscant, especially in this time period. I mean, they could the Emperor still utilizes Coruscant. He's still there, dealing with the government side of things. And could you imagine a scene with the Emperor in Andor, just on kind of Phantom Menace style in the
Mhm.
Senate room and stuff like that. Like this would be
Mhm.
before he's disbanded the entire Senate and everything. So it's all still there. If we get back into that room with the floating senator chairs or whatever those things are, the big
I'm gonna lose it.
dude, I'll lose my
I'm gonna
mind
lose
if
it.
we get into that. That would be incredible, in my opinion.
We need West Wing on Coruscant.
Yes, dude,
and so
that would actually
this
be
is-
fascinating.
Yeah, this taps into something that I talked about a long time ago. And I don't remember if it was a video that I made or just it was about 11 months ago. One of my first video ideas was Star Wars can be a medium. It doesn't have to be the product. Star Wars can be the universe where many different series are set in. It can be a love story, but set in, Star Wars universe. It can be a bank heist thriller, but set in the Star Wars universe. It can be a horror film, but set in the Star Wars universe. And so that idea, I think he's referring to West Wing, the show.
Yes.
Yeah. So like a show, but about the corrupt politics of the Republic 20 years before the Phantom Menace or something along those lines. And we get a cameo from young Palpatine or something. It doesn't have to be about anything we know, but set in the Star Wars universe. And again, the immersion, what you were talking about with Jedi Fallen Order. That's why people like that, not necessarily just because of the game mechanics or the story, although that helps.
Yeah. I mean, this universe is so big that they could, like you said, they could do practically anything. Yeah. I mean, that's where you start to get into, if you had a show like that, you could lead all the way up through the Plagueis novel into Palpatine really coming into his position of power, and it's setting all this stuff in place where he's going to make his moves. But you could have him just as a mention, or he's a side note in a story about other things. It could be a very political story, just like West Wing. It's all you got to do is just you make it known what universe you're in, and then you tell your story. It's like this is happening, whenever.
Hello.
I think this is the first time I've had you on my channel.
I think so too.
There was a guy I used to have that looked like you in a bedroom just like that, with a mic just like that, and a pop filter in front of it just like that, and a white string hanging off it just like that. That most people think is really long, but it's not actually that long.
Blame Mexican Iron Man for that.
Yeah, but that was Master Paul of the Star Wars guys, and I don't think you're the same guy.
Somebody that I
assure
used
you,
to
I
know.
am the same person. But anyways, though, I wanted to pop in and say congratulations on a year of doing what you've been doing, man. And like I said in my comment, it's been great to see everything and just the positive energy you bring to all of this.
Yeah. And I said this a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it was even the last live stream, because we didn't do one for 4th of July. But I'm not trying to be overly positive. I'm trying to be rational. And that more often than not ends up being positive in regards to the new Star Wars content that we get from Lucasfilm. So I'm not, it was the whole, are we shills for liking Kenobi? It was with Star Wars obsession. And I don't think so. We're not shills. I don't think I'm even a Star Wars simp. I don't think so. I'm not trying to be overly positive, but I'm here to enjoy Star Wars, so that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Right.
And it just, I guess, with the contrast of so many other channels and their response to Obi-Wan Kenobi, maybe I appear super positive. And cool if that's the case.
Yeah, I can hear that. And kind of on the flip side of what you were saying, I am well aware that I have come across as very negative lately regarding Kenobi and other things that Disney has done. I am not, just like you, I'm also trying to be rational and sensible about this. But the conclusion I happen to come to, unfortunately, is negative. But really, neither one of us are right, and really neither one of us are wrong. It's just, I think it's an issue of personal taste.
Right. And speaking of negative, one of the most negative people I have ever met in my entire life.
This guy.
Hey, Obsession.
What's up, guys?
What's up, brother?
Wrong.
We got a party here.
Surprise. Bantha.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Doing
You
well.
know, it's another beautiful day. We're here.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your success of your year.
Why,
I
thank
wanna
you,
come
sir.
in and say hello. See how that's
Mhm.
going? Yeah, I was watching
Yeah.
you guys earlier, and I was like, I gotta get home. I gotta get home. I gotta get in on
Yeah.
stream. So here we are.
Well,
What's
thanks for
up? How's it
stopping
going?
by. Always appreciate having you on.
Well, I'm so negative. I mean, I'm
Oh,
toxic.
yeah.
My positivity is toxic.
I don't know
So,
why I
I
keep
mean,
hanging out with you. It's just
I've
so
just,
weird.
It's I'm just
Okay,
toxic
boomer.
nowadays. So,
You know-
yeah, I missed the last couple. I just heard negativity and I was like, ooh, that's like somebody rubbed the genie out of the bottle. I was like, I got
Obsession's the genie in the bottle.
genie in the
Mhm.
bottle.
See, that's what happens is, when the negative stuff happens, me and Obsession, we're like, all right, let's go hunt down Vader on the Fortnite Island. We'll take him out. We'll go kill some younglings, and then we'll feel better about everything.
That's basically it, man. I mean, we don't stress about the little ones, We're like, oh, okay, everybody's being negative. Let's go get some younglings and make ourselves feel better about our day.
Funny
So,
enough, me and Crit were doing the same thing the other day, except it was get the Indiana Jones stuff for me.
yeah,
I just got
all
indie
the
earlier
indies.
today.
Yeah, I got both indies and I've been doing the Fortnite, but yeah, I mean that's what we do. We're like, oh, everybody's pissed off. Let's go kill some younglings and have some fun and not worry about all that stuff. So yeah, man, it's good stuff.
That is so funny that is a positive thing for us as Star Wars fans.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they do give you the opportunity to get the Youngling Slayer 3000. So I mean, you
Yeah.
do get the opportunity to use the Youngling Slayer 3000, and that's pretty fun. I got to be honest.
I'm
right
not
out
sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm
I
not
don't.
sure.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't know if I can bring myself to ever play that game again.
It was such a fun time. It was such a
Hey,
fun time.
Tim, real quick, I'll be right back. I gotta grab something I need to show you.
Okay.
Oh,
I want to know. Okay, so
Is
here's
it a
what I want to do.
guitar?
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to, and I put this out there before, but we're going to put it out there again. I want to do a community Among Us game. Okay. And
yes.
I want to have.
I don't know how to play.
That's the point. A lot of us have not spent a lot of time on this, but the whole point of the game is that one person is an imposter and sabotaging things around the ship,
Mhm.
and the other people are trying to figure out who it is, and you're calling each other liars and imposters because you're like, it wasn't me.
Y'all
And-
talking Among Us?
Yeah,
Yes.
and the whole
I
point
love
of the
that
game
game.
is to shout at your friends because they're either lying to you or you think they're lying to you, or maybe you're the
Mhm.
imposter, so you're giggling. But I want to bridge this positive negative gap that's going on right now because it's a large crevice in the
So you want to
community.
bridge the positive people and the negative people by making us hate each other on stream?
Yes, dude.
Yes,
what
That
better
sounds a
than-
little sus.
You
to
know
me.
what? You know what? I'm in. I am
'Cause you
in
know
on
what?
that.
when you vote someone off, they get launched out of the ship.
Yeah, dude. What better way? And we could all get in there and yell and scream, and there's 10 of us or whatever in a stream, and then have somebody else that's not in the game show the screen so that it
Mhm.
doesn't ruin the game.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's a good way to start building the bridge.
Father
Across,
time's in.
I mean, I think all of us would be in. I think
Yeah.
the positives and negatives, everybody will jump in and get in on that. So
Let's do
I'm
it.
in.
So, anyways, Tim,
Can you guys provide me a definition for asapuli?
Asexually?
Is that asexually?
Yeah.
Like
ASAP
as soon as
actually?
possible, actually.
Yeah,
As
like-
soon as possibly, please.
Like you could say ASAP, but like
there
if
you
you
go. As soon as
really
possible.
mean it, you say
asexually.
like actually as soon as possible. Like I'm serious this time.
yeah.
Is asapuli.
Mhm.
I'm
Awesome.
in. I just think it would be a fun way for us to yell at each other without anybody getting mad at the end of the stream.
I
Mhm.
I am good with that. So, anyways, Tim, here's one of the newest pieces of the kit.
Ooh.
It's a PRS. It's the John Mayer Silver Sky, the cheaper model. I've had it probably about 2 weeks now.
Nice.
And
How do you like it?
I think it's the best Strat I've ever played.
Nice. Well, you know how I feel about Strats, but it does look very nice.
I actually don't know how you feel about Strats.
I hate the design of Stratocasters. I think they're
Really?
ugly. I think they're ugly. I'm a Telecaster guy.
Okay, fair enough.
I just think they're like, if you were to like buy a birthday card for your 2-year-old nephew with a guitar on it, it's a Stratocaster.
Of course. I mean, that's how I kind of feel about Jazz Masters and such. But the other new piece of kit that I got musically is this little amp here.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Can't
It's called
see what it is.
It's called the Positive Grid Spark. It's a 40-watt little digital amp. Here's what the controls look like. And what's cool is not only do you have a bunch of different tones from acoustic guitar to heavy metal built into this thing, there's an app you can download on your phone where you can basically download these tones that people have made to sound like famous people and control it right through your phone.
So it's
And
got like built-in patches into the amp?
on the app in your phone.
That's
and
cool.
you can also play music through it with your phone. And I found this out today too. There's an AI on the app that if you play just certain chords for that AI, it'll generate a backing track.
Ooh.
That's
I will
fun.
have to see you post a demo on your second channel.
I will. Oh, and by the way, I'll tell you this now. It can be loud, but it can also be very quiet. And I know you're not in a very music-friendly setting.
Yes, queen.
Oh, I did not see that coming.
Neither did I.
Wow. That is send a jolt up your
That
spine.
just came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Jake76, that is a really cool logo. I like that.
Yeah, it is.
Good to see you. That's so funny. All right. Well, for anyone that missed it earlier, I have a little compilation video. I'm going to play it one more time because we got some new people in the chat and some new people here in StreamYard as well. But this is a little montage of where I came from and some steps along the way. This is my 1-year progression here on YouTube. All right. Well, this will be my first stream ever, and you know what the plan is exactly. Just making the video. I don't know. Anyway, I'm making some coffee, and you can hang with me.
Hello, and welcome to Coffee on Korriban.
I'm still working on presentation and quality and stuff, and I will be getting a better mic. Oh, Average. How's it going, Average? Nice to see you. Here's a sip for you. Hey, I got a like. I'm assuming that's from Average as well. And I am stoked that you guys are going to join us tonight, us being just myself.
Here he is. X-Wing, how are you doing, sir?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hanger Bay community. Wish you a happy.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh my god, everything's fine.
Is Mr. Asset Music. We have Coach from Echo Base Network and Nick from Echo Base Network.
Yeah.
Hi.
Master Paul. Mr. Matt Cave. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Your name is Matt, right? Not just Matt Cave?
Yep.
Okay. Sus T. What is this? That is disgusting.
I thought it was a costume contest.
Matt Cave says, my eyes. That is disgusting. I'm going to demonetize myself after that.
Or we could do banana. Oh!
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Mustaches on Mustafar.
Daryl.
Howdy, fellers. That are going to make it come in thick.
Wow. Whoa, Coffee. What camera is that? You looking cool.
I know, it's my DSLR. Right now, it's my mustache cam.
Oh my god. You should be probably using that as your main.
Kyle Katarn. Welcome
Hello
to
there.
Mustaches on Mustafar. Ta-da!
Yep.
And he does have a mustache, so there we go. So for everyone in the chat, if you've been here since the very beginning, I really appreciate your time. May the stash be with you, and I will see you wherever I happen to see you in the galaxy. So yeah,
That was
thanks again
amazing.
to everyone for making this such an awesome year. It's been so fun. Not monetized yet. We still got a ways to go as far as watch time. Obsession, I actually had a question for you because I know your Kanan Jarrus explains Order 66 in his own words. Is it like 120,000 views?
Yeah.
Did that put you over the 4,000 watch hours?
Oh no.
You sure?
Mhm. Yeah, I'm at 3,000, 3,100 ish.
Okay.
Because it was so short,
Right.
it didn't do as much. But I mean, it was awesome to have something go that far. It was a lot of fun.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's the goal, is to get something to hit like that. It just
Yeah.
doesn't happen very often. But no, it didn't really, it pushed it big time. I need another one of those.
Mhm.
And then we'd be in there.
Well, that'll be a shame if that falls off the 1 year thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm
before.
trying to pick it up. I'm trying to do some new stuff. We're trying to bring some new people in, and I think we got some fun stuff on the way.
Sweet. Well, since I have just passed 1 year, there's my earliest couple videos that have started to fall off. Not affecting it too much because I was only getting like 20, 30 views on those ones. But it does add up, especially if I'm, not staying consistent now. It does pull them off.
Well, and I notice it. I go to Lifetime, and then I'll go to 365, and I'll be like, oh, I lost like 2,000 view hours, or I lost like 200 view hours or whatever, from a video from time dropping off, which kind of sucks. I think that would I think that's what makes it harder these days as a creator in general, is they didn't have these rules before. You just had to get to your subscriber count, I think was the initial blast, and then they added view hours requirements with an update. So I think a lot of us came in after that update, and that just kind of puts it puts an interesting time. It's definitely a push, because if you do have something good that's out there, it will get chopped off the block eventually.
Right. And I think for me in this 1 year, like you look at the subscriber number and it's over 800 right now. But because I started my channel having around 400 subscribers, if you think of it in that terms, I've only got about 400 subscribers. And so my watch time right around 2,000 watch hours right now makes perfect sense.
Right.
So I'm close when subscribers, but not in watch time.
It usually is a linear graph. If you really look at the subscriber count versus the watch hours, it's usually a linear progression on the two, right? Those two usually run together. So it's important to what was the comment?
7-Eleven today, free slushies.
Free Slurpees.
Yeah, Slurpee day. It's Slurpee day. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough game in the beginning for us, just because that's the hook you have to get to, and then after that, you can. Doesn't matter what you do. Right.
And I don't know if I've said this on my channel before. I might have mentioned it. But for everyone that's watching, I'm making a commitment right now. Once I do get monetized, all of your views, and if you are so gracious as to do super chats, just whatever revenue I'm able to get from YouTube, that's all going straight into savings, which is going towards a house. So I'm not going to ask you guys to help me buy a house or donate money or anything for that cause. But just so you guys all know, when we do hit that milestone, I'm that much closer to establishing the life for myself and my family with your guys' help, which will be amazing.
No, that's awesome. That's the way to do it, man.
Absolutely.
Have a goal for the goal, like it's you gotta have a direction for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of channels I see hit monetization and fall off because that was the goal.
So, well, yeah, I mean, if you're doing this, a lot of people are doing this to, potentially bring in another source of income, to monetize, to get to a point where you can do this as a permanent thing, whatever it is. And whatever your goals are, your goals should be set beforehand, before you even really start. You gotta outline what you want to do and where you want to go, right? Because then you're disappointed when you don't get there, right? And then you're like, well, I didn't get there. But putting goals in front of you really helps you. Writing them down somewhere where you can see them on a regular basis helps. Just motivational stuff if you need it, if you need help being motivated. But goals are a big part of this. And, you know, whether it's getting to 1,000 subscribers so you're monetized, or getting to 10,000 so you can do certain charity streams, or, you know, the big one that's 100,000 when you get your fun plaque.
Play button.
Whatever it is that your goal is, I mean, you know, that should be the purpose of your YouTube channel, right? I mean, it's great to have them to be able to highlight the things you're into, but I mean, as the three of us have done, Paul, we got to get you in there too. But you know, these StreamYard streams, these monthly streams are really helpful for growth and for knowledge on what am I doing wrong, what can help me grow, what pieces can I put in place if this is my goal. So basically StreamYard gives their channel to these two guys once a month, second Saturday of the month, I think it is.
Second Saturday of the month. It's usually around noon Eastern Standard Time. Yeah,
around 9 or 10 a.m. West Coast. And they basically they have a fun interactive experience on StreamYard's channel. And they're basically having a giant game the entire time, but they will tear your channel apart if you're not ready for them. It is hilarious.
Constructively, though.
Constructively, but they'll mess
and it's all based on the topic that they're talking about, which it could be thumbnails or playlists or end cards or whatever. So you can have a really solid channel, but you have no playlists other than uploads. And it doesn't matter how good the rest of your channel is. They'll tear you to shreds.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, we'll send you a link to watch it. It's a really good watch. It's fun. I've been on for a sudden death. Matt's been on and got torn apart. Hawks was on.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm curious about this.
Yeah,
it's a fun education game. It's an educational game that is a ton of fun, and you're sitting there going, "Oh, you're like, I'm excited. I want to get picked," but then you're like, "Oh shit, I got picked," and you're sitting there going,
"Oh no!"
And you're like, "What did they get picked?"
Oh no!
What? What did you say?
Don't do this.
Don't do that.
How could you even say that?
And you're sounding like a separatist.
Wow, that was
that face.
I said it. I went to a whole stream the other day. We did a whole stream, and I didn't say one no
I was
word.
proud of you.
I know. I'm so disappointed. But you're sitting there nervous going, "Oh man, they picked me." And then you're thinking, what didn't I add to my channel? Like, that's the thing, is like, oh no, what are they going to pick? End cards. Did I end card everything? Are my thumbnails on point? Do I have playlists? Chapters. Chapters is my crook, dude. Like, that's my Achilles heel.
Yeah, end cards and chapters I have not got on yet.
Well,
I've been making changes with like banners
for
and
what they will say for my channel.
Oh, it's
not. Here's the thing. X-Wing was like, "Oh, I don't want to go on and have them critique my content." It has nothing to do with your content. It is literally how your content gets advertised on the algorithm.
When someone clicks on your channel name from a video, what do they see, and does that make them want to subscribe? And it's really eye-opening, because even if you don't get picked, you see them critiquing these other channels or praising them on stuff that they did well, and you think, okay, I didn't get my channel torn apart, but now I have to go fix that. I have to go create those playlists. I have to fix my thumbnails, like in the case of Matt Cave. Don't put a subscribe button in your thumbnail, by the way, because it's not an actual clickable button.
And remember that this right corner is a dangerous place to put anything for titling.
Yep.
So like, you gotta, it's really educational.
That took me a while to figure out.
Took Matt's thumbnail game changed after that day. He got blew up, and it changed his game.
Oh, I started working with Hawks Holocrons. He was teaching me the ways of the Jedi in the methods of thumbnails, and then I'm still messing with them like crazy all the time. But hopefully people have noticed that my thumbnails of my videos have changed dramatically from what they used to be.
Yeah, they have. But it's good. Like, we got Coffee in, we got X-Wing starting to watch a little bit. The idea is to get as many of us in there so that you can learn how to make things better, right? It's not about your content. It's just about how you advertise your content in the algorithm. And it's a fun game, and it's giving me ideas. I've got a couple of things coming up that those guys inspired this last week. I'm like, oh, we're gonna do something crazy this week. Like,
and it is a rude awakening, because you're thinking to yourself, like, how come I don't have more subscribers? Like, how am I not getting views on these? Like, does no one watch my stuff?
Mhm.
And it really puts into perspective, like, if one of your videos were to go viral, would it even help you? Are you even in a position to capitalize on that? And one of the other guys, it was a black gentleman on StreamYard channel who was doing a stream Q&A stuff. And I commented, like, how do I get more views? How do I get more impressions? I think was how I framed it.
Yep.
And he said it's not the reach, it's the response. So if you look at your impressions, like, you'll have plenty impressions that is proportionate to your channel, but pay attention to your click-through rate and what is the response to that. Because you can have a video that is, you can get 1 million impressions and only 100 people watch. If it's a terrible thumbnail, terrible title, they click on your channel and they see a terrible banner, the channel intro, the playlist, like, all these little things add up. So even if it does get in front of people's eyes, they're not going to want to invest by clicking that subscribe button. So you really have to take a step back and think, like, if this video, this thumbnail, this title and everything were to go out to 10,000 people right now, how many of those people would watch and how many of those people would subscribe? It's really humbling.
It's a really interesting experience. And I mean, I recommend it for all smaller channels, right? Because you're figuring out the groove and these guys are laying out the playbook. Take notes. Like, I'm sitting here in there going, oh, yep, okay. Okay. Oh, we're talking about that, because there's some things I'm good at, but there's some things I'm not. And you learn things about the algorithm. So you learn, like, oh, when somebody does a keyword search, if that word is in your chapters, it will pull up your videos for that search criteria. So it's all of these crazy.
If your chapter is titled that, and people even do a Google search, it'll pull up your video for that specific chapter and they can watch that.
It's just really educational for us smaller channels that don't have a lot of help or a lot of insight on how to build. These guys are
thumbnails are so important. I can't even stress how important thumbnails are.
Oh, thumbnails are
those thumbnails are really important.
Yeah, a lot of people focus on thumbnails, but they forget about the thumbnail.
Hey Matt, where'd you put them nails?
I thought you had them nails.
I don't have the nails. All I have is some tiny hot
fancy
dogs.
nails. No, he's got them fancy nails.
Yeah, them nails.
Let me see them nails.
No, we know, Daryl. We're just busting your chops. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the stuff that's going to help all of us grow. And I think that's, I'm glad that Coffee got in there and we saw him in there this week trying to get up there, because it's awesome when you get chosen, even if it's just for the 1 round sudden death. But yeah, I think that kind of stuff really helps us smaller guys.
Yeah.
And I just know this, as soon as I do get picked one of those months, it's just going to be end cards or chapters. One of the things I don't do.
Maybe you'll get lucky and get free merch and just go to the next round.
Yeah, there you go.
That's always my goal, is free advance or whatever that is.
You know what? Those end card, the end screen things, I wasn't using those at all until those guys brought it up and what it's used for. And now
I still am not using them.
So many of my videos have them now.
I always put them on just because it's one of the things I click through and I'm like, oh, here's a 15-second video to give you. Or, like, I don't give them anything super long. I give them short, fun stuff. So if they do get to the end of the video, they're like, oh, that was fun. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, here's a suggestion for something fun, right? Like,
for me, it's hard to do that sort of stuff, the more polished aspects of being a YouTuber, because I only have my computer set up when I'm doing streams, because this is my dining room table. I have to tear it all down. Everything else I do on my phone, and you're very limited on the YouTube Studio app.
Yes.
There's not a lot you can do. And I think if I had a permanent computer set up, like, I could just get on there and do some chapters and do some end cards, and it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But that's where I'm at right now. That's all right.
Okay. Yeah, growth is coming. I think, as long as you see growth, just keep doing you. Not everybody has the same taste. So sometimes people got to figure out, what it is that they're liking. But you're going to find a niche that the people dig, and then that's it. It's the next thing you know, you're at that. And something else that's positive is I've noticed, like, when we got Sheev to his 1,000 mark, as soon as you hit that mark, the algorithm throws you on a different path.
GX2 says dining room table. GX2 is my grandma, and this was her dining room table.
Yeah,
which
there you
is,
go.
I think, in 1918. It was made in 1918, and my grandpa refinished it with like a really nice boat lacquer and stuff. So thanks, Grandma, for the table. Grandma built me a studio.
I love that your grandma's watching right now. My grandma wouldn't know how to watch this in her wildest, even if she could see my stupid face. So,
Hey,
I've had Grandma on my channel before.
That's
I had her on a stream.
both my parents showed up in my chat last night when I had 2 cosplayers on that I met at ICC, and that really threw me for a loop because usually they almost never, at least that I know of, show up at all on my streams.
Right. Well, you guys know Father Time, so he's always here.
Of course.
I found out that my parents watch my my documentary videos. My father really likes them, and he watches the Hoth one fairly often.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, and Cobra, it's so hard to get started. It is so hard. Shorts are a good way to get people to click on your videos and stuff.
Well,
and if you only did shorts, you could blow up real quick. But there's no value there as far as like the watch time doesn't mean anything.
Well, and the thing is you can create these shorts and get the subscriber count, but you have to do it at the same. You have to abide by a certain rule and regulation, because then you go to get monetized, and they're like, yeah, no, because you're using this content or that content. So it's a tricky game. Like, I'm not worried about getting monetized. I just want to hit the number just because it's fun to, like, I have goals and that's really it. But there are certain videos I'm sure that I will have to either take down or make private just because of the use of what I'm using.
There were so many that I had to make unlisted. There is currently 2, I think, videos with a copyright claim. No copyright strikes, just claims. There's just 2 of them. So I already know I'm not getting any watch time from those, but that's it.
I have also experimented with this in depth, and even if there's no copyright claims, when they go through to monetize and they run it through whatever algorithm they run it through on the other side, even if you don't have community strikes or copyright strikes or anything, it'll still kick back because it's not usable. They consider that somebody else's content, and it's a whole dance. It's crazy.
Just make your stuff and don't upload the same video twice.
Yeah. It's like, it gets even tricky in the world of streaming games, especially modern games, because modern games come out and have official soundtracks now. So I was actually surprised. I had to make a quick change to my film edit of God of War 3. It turned out the end credits song is an official soundtrack song, and it got claimed. I was like, oh wow, okay, I wasn't expecting that. So I quickly just made an adjustment and got rid of that, and then we're golden. But like any Star Wars game, obviously I can't use the crawl. I can't do, but I can play Super Mario Brothers all day long and not worry about copyright.
Mario.
Speaking of Mario, when we play Mario Kart again?
Soon. Actually.
When are we doing this?
I think soon. I think we should set something up for this week. Depending on what people's schedules are, but
yeah.
I think we should. Like I said, I think we need to get an Among Us game going. I think we need to do some karting. I think these are things that we need to bridge the community after Kenobi, before Andor and Bad Batch, because everybody's at each other. It's so fun.
And I'll add one other one to the mix. This one, we're gonna have to jump through some hoops to get it going. There's a mod that's released for Skyrim called Skyrim Together Reborn. Myself and Crit are trying to figure that out now. I believe you can have up to 6 people playing Skyrim co-op together at the same time.
Oh, wow.
If we can get some parties of that going, I think that would be really fun.
And also, I think that we need to battle Rumble battle and get like 4 different teams of groups, right? So like that's something I learned about the battle. The what is it? What did they call it? Damn it! What did they call it?
Are you talking about in
No,
Fortnite?
come on, that's not gonna...
What did you say? You're sounding like a separatist.
Cookie jar. I can't wait till you're monetized so I can cookie jar this thing. I want like a Star Trek mention jar, and I want like a curse jar, like all the stuff we're not supposed to do. I want different jars so that I can control that jar, because I think that's the only way.
Why a Star Trek mention jar? What's wrong
No,
with Star Trek?
because that's from that's a Big Bang reference.
Big Bang Theory.
Every time
Oh.
Shatner referenced Star Trek, he had to put $1 in the jar. So that's what that was.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a Big Bang reference. But I think in that game, there's 16 people in that game, and the game divides you into 4 teams, and you're battling another group of 16. So it's like Fortnite with a large group of people. It's a different mode, but we played it the other day. It was super fun.
It was fun.
Super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we need to game together, because I think the fandom is a little broken right now. We're all mad at each other. Everybody's like, Kenobi was awesome. Kenobi sucked. I said it was awesome. Right? Like everybody's mad at each other. So I think we need to all get in a room and play some games and yell at each other, and then at the end we can all hug it out.
I just remembered why I keep hanging out with you.
See, I can't do that. I have a
certainly
1-year-old and a
can't because my
3-year-old
grandmother's
right
in-
there.
Yeah,
And my grandmother's in the next room.
The only people that might be nervous is the people that live next door that away. But I mean, I've been screaming like this for over a year, so I'm sure they're used to it.
Yes, queen.
That is so good. That is so good. Oh my god.
I gotta
know-
add a bunch of these. A bunch more.
Coffee, I know you got another clip that's just as good about punching.
I'm gonna punch him right in the
and-
clothing.
I got yeeted. Oh man. Awesome.
Speaking of Animation Friday, I do got to mention our next 2 arcs on the Clone Wars are the one that's directly next is the one where Obi-Wan goes undercover as that bounty hunter.
Oh, and they warp his face.
Yep, and then the one immediately after that is the Fall of the Night Sisters and the Return of Darth Maul.
Well, and that's a good arc, because that's like some dark Anakin coming out in that arc. That's a good arc.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's a good arc.
Oh man, that's some good stuff.
Maybe I'll get him on in the future. I wanted to do a stream with my oldest daughter, my 3-year-old, where I bring up pictures. Did you guys see the video I did with Father Time where he had to guess the Star Wars characters?
Yeah.
I want to do that, but I have to have her guess if it's a good guy or a bad guy.
Oh, perfect.
I want to do that. I think that'd be really good.
Watch her say like Darth Maul's a good guy.
Yeah. No, she's very logical. She'll tell you like he has spiky head. He's not a good guy. And then like Darth Vader, he'd be like, he's wearing a special dress-up suit. He's a good guy.
Special dress-up suit.
Yeah.
Nice.
She is so funny. Oh, what did she say earlier? Sweetheart, if you're watching, can you tell me what word she said earlier? I don't know if she's watching right now.
Put it in the chat.
I just had an idea. What if when you and I meet up together in Tennessee in a few months, we do something like that with my grandmother?
Okay. Have to have her guess the names of characters. Like I've seen videos of people's grandmothers have to guess the name of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Those are always pretty funny.
Right.
Oh,
Which I have definitive dates, by the way, for that. I'll message those to you.
My daughter is so funny. She just turned 3 a couple weeks ago, but she is.
Who wants to lick the batter?
Wait a minute. Did I just get called sweetheart?
No. I was talking to my wife because she washes sometimes, and I couldn't remember the word that my daughter said. So I was telling her, and Father Time responded, "No problem, sweetheart." What was I trying to say?
I don't know, but that was a great way to get derailed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, I said at the outset of this video, it's not a serious stream tonight. We're just hanging out.
Of course.
Her favorite word is condensation. And has been for quite a while.
That's a big syllable word.
Yeah, we'll be in the store. And there was one time we were in Sam's Club and we were walking past the frozen aisle. She said, oh, Daddy, there's condensation on that glass. And like the whole aisle was full of moms, like single moms probably, and they're all like, ooh. I don't know where she got that. I don't know. But that's her favorite word. She at her birthday party, there's a lot of people and she was like sitting quietly in a chair. And I was like, hey, this is your birthday. What are you feeling right now? And she's like, I'm just a little bit overwhelmed. I'm like, okay. That's a really big word for a just turned 3-year-old. She said another big word. I don't know what it was. But she loves big words. She'll hear it once and know what it means, and she's a lot of fun.
When kids like cling on to something like that, like my daughter did very similar. She got hooked on the word hydration because she was watching a superhero movie where a little girl had water powers, and it was all about hydration. So she would, but it's funny. You just reminded me of a friend of mine. She's a school teacher, and I forget if it was first or second grade she was teaching, and there was a little girl in the class, and just kind of was like looking all depressed. So she asked her, what's the matter? You know, what's bothering you? And she goes, I'm just really upset about global warming. Like, how do you, like a kindergartner or first grade, it's like, where do I go with this?
That sounds like something an overly concerned parent would say on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's just these kids get hooked on something, and then they just keep running with it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Paul. It's like yesterday my kid stood up in Walmart and said, everyone, what do we do about global thermodynamics? And everyone applauded and gave her a medal. It's like, that's so outlandish. That's
And yes, by the way, Susty, it is Reiko Hardin that I'm talking about with the next Clone Wars art we're getting into.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good arc.
I wish I had time.
I understand, man. You'll be with us though when we cover the Siege of Mandalore, because we're covering that big 5-hour monstrosity thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll be there.
Sweet. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and split for the night because I got to get back with Crit to help him figure out this Skyrim thing. But it was great to be talking with you guys again, and as always, you guys have a good one.
Be safe.
All right. Thanks for stopping by. We're not going to go too much longer. Just hanging out.
I got something kind of fun if you got a minute.
Of course.
Speaking of things that kids enjoy, and then in the world of Star Wars, I got a pretty fun pickup the other day while I was out shopping around the mall with my son, and I found a new Pop figure that I've added to my collection.
Oh, is it the one you showed us?
And it is Grogu on the Seeing Stone.
Wow, that's cool.
And then it lights up.
That's sick.
It'd be awesome if there was a little like stick that lifted him up.
Something, to go up and everything. But I was like, oh, I gotta get this little guy.
Or
This
like
thing
that
is
magnet
awesome.
stuff where like it just balances just above it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But my favorite pickup as far as Star Wars stuff recently, and this I can't believe how much I'm enjoying this, is a new book. It's not new, actually. Apparently this came out in 2015. It's a retelling of The Empire Strikes Back, but it's called So You Want to Be a Jedi. And the author wrote this so that it's you, the reader, are Luke, and you're taking the journey to learn to be a Jedi. But in the midst of it, the author then, it's like, okay, break time, lesson, and we're going to teach you how to be a Jedi. And there's these things to do, learning about patience and all this stuff. But there's a lot of humor in it as well. And it's just a really fun retelling of a story that I know so well, but it's like a whole new experience.
That's awesome. I'll definitely have to look into that.
Yeah, really, really fun. I found this just randomly in a Barnes and Nobles. And I was like, I kind of flipped through real quick and realized what it was. I was like, I have to add this to the collection. So, good stuff.
Yeah, I got a
I'll
couple.
definitely have to look into that.
I got a couple of new toys. Went treasure hunting, and I think we're gonna change that segment up from bounty hunting to treasure hunting, and I'm gonna use Hondo instead of bounty hunters. I'm gonna use Hondo as treasure hunting.
Nice.
But I found a Anakin Skywalker Phantom Menace on card back in the bubble, still in really good condition with the comm chip.
Nice.
So I'm gonna.
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna grab something.
Yep. So that was a good find, and with that, I picked up. There was another toy with it that is Leia on what is it? Leia with an Ewok.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep that around. I'm not gonna get rid of that.
No, is it actually the one with her and Wicket, or is it the mishap one? Okay.
It is this one.
Okay, yeah, her with Wicket. Yeah.
My thing is like you're not gonna get any more of this,
right?
The carry. So I
Yeah.
picked that up with it. I was like, oh well, that's a cool find. I'll keep that one in the collection also because it's carry. But yeah.
So this is my most recent find, and I think I paid $20 for this. Maybe I think it was like 20. You guys probably saw my other C3PO mug, the one with the wires and everything. That was like my childhood mug and all the nostalgia. But this one came in the box.
Oh
yeah, nice.
Look at how shiny.
That's super shiny.
It is so cool. It's all like fingerprinty and dusty right now.
Oh yeah,
but it
like
came
that will
in the box, and it the sticker's worn off because it was used, I think. But it's from 1995. So it's an older mug, prequels, and came in the box, and it's like one of 4 in a set. There's like a Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, someone else, but
that's fun.
It's like so nice and shiny, and so now it's up on a shelf in my kitchen. So
yeah, I'm always on the hunt. I'm on the hunt every day. Every day I'm on the same, checking out different places to acquire used stuff. And I think I might just finally do it tomorrow. I think I might just build this AT-AT, this AT-AT that I got sitting behind me. I think we might spend a couple hours on stream doing that. But yeah, I'm always on the hunt for collectibles and stuff that's fun because I won't pay retail for it.
Yeah. Cobra, put it in the mugs and drinks channel in my Discord. So you can share any mugs and drinks and stuff in that channel.
Nice.
Let's see. He also says, is there a video that you uploaded and regretted that you made it? I want to hear you guys answer this as well, but I'll go first. After the second episode of the Book of Boba Fett, I put out a short. It was a controversial van take, and it was uploaded and deleted in about 10 minutes. Wherein I said, as of now, I am liking Book of Boba Fett more than the original trilogy, which is sacrilegious. I expected to catch flack from that, but I did not expect to garner as much hate as I did from myself. So I deleted it.
As much hate from myself? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's great.
I just uploaded it and I was like, what was I thinking? And then I deleted it.
Oh. I have 2. One's fairly recent and another one's from a while back. I didn't take it down, but it was the start of one of the Fortnite seasons and I was looking forward to streaming it. Problem was that day I was in a really, really bad mood. Like I'm talking like angry, and it came through. I thought playing would have made me feel better. It's by far my worst live stream. I don't even know why I still have it up, but I'm like, I look angry. I look depressed, and it's just like it's the most unentertaining stream ever. But in more recent days, and this is mostly because I got a little bit of made fun of just in like outside of the YouTube realm, and like friends in real life and stuff. But I cried on stream with the Last of Us game, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'll cut a clip and make it a short thing, and I did, and I was like, I shouldn't have done that. But it's there.
I'm not gonna watch that. I'm
Yeah.
just not.
No, I mean, I don't get embarrassed. None of the people in my immediate circle, I think they appreciate my channel, so that I don't bore them with my BS and my Star Wars nonsense all the time. And if there's somebody dumb enough to ask something about it in my presence, that's their own fault. Because it's like opening the Book of Monsters in Harry Potter without stroking the binding. It's just that's it. It's over until you figure out how to close it. So I think a lot of people in my community appreciate this space because I don't regurgitate to them. But if I'm gonna say there's a video that I would say that I am the most, not pleased with, I'm gonna probably say, I think was it this one? No, basically it was like the clip that X-Wing clipped of the alpha, the Boba Fett alpha video. That's the only one that I can think of that I'm like, oh man. And he clipped it and he has it forever. So yeah, I mean,
well, speaking of having forever, I made that van confession video and I didn't like it and I deleted it. I've got one that I bet X-Wing wishes he deleted.
My Star Wars confession for the day is that I actually really liked The Last Jedi.
Hold on, just for that.
I might as well just run through all my little clips I have.
I'm supposed to be mopping the floor. I don't really want to shoot anybody.
I got to get a bunch more of those. They're so fun.
I mean, I have a couple. I mean, I have X-Wing. I have a bunch of X-Wings, I'm sure, buried in my encyclopedia here. But yeah, I mean, I'd say that's the only one. The Boba Fett. It was right after he blasted down some gangs on their speeders. But I'd say that's about it. That's about the only one I'm like, I cringe a little bit, but I can't say anything else negative.
Yeah. Most of the time, if there's a video that I'm not happy with, I either won't upload it until I fix it or delete it like within a couple minutes of uploading it. But there's not really anything that I regret that's still up, I don't think. Yeah. And for anyone curious, I put it in the chat. I got a new merch store. So if you want to get hats, I think they have hats, shirts, mugs, banners, pillows, and a bunch of other stuff, t-shirts, baby onesies. Then you can go on there. And as of right now, I only have one design. It is the mustache mug with that you see right there in the little corner right there with a black background. So it is just the logo on a black shirt or gray shirt or blue shirt or whatever you get. Prices are fair. And I think you ordered one, Matt Cave.
I did. It's on its way, according to the email.
Awesome. Well,
sweet.
I hope you like it when it arrives, and I gotta buy one for me too.
I like merch.
Yeah, I like.
Oh, Mama Bear, thanks for stopping by.
Hi.
I just did a onesie also for the R2, the bleeding R2. So I'm starting to do more baby stuff. There's more.
That is the coolest design.
There are more.
The Nimin and Batal loved your logo.
Yes.
And your channel name.
In the StreamYard stream.
Oh yeah. He's given me some love on that. That was fun. Like I said, that was a great time. I've had nothing but fun on their streams, and I'm looking back because I was looking for a video that I'm like, oh, what don't I like? And I'm like, there's a lot of thumbnails. I gotta redo a lot of these thumbnails. Because I mean, even if it regurges a lot, I didn't really start doing thumbnails for a while.
Right.
So
one thing that I just got in order was my channel intro, as far as like the main video for people that are not subscribed on my homepage. And it's just a 1-minute video with the logo and like, hello and welcome to Coffee on Korriban, the home world of Star Wars, whatever else, because it was just like a 14-minute deep dive video. And
yeah,
it's not really a channel trailer.
I change them pretty regularly, just to keep it fresh. So people that are coming back, they're not seeing the same thing. So probably once a month, I'll go through and I'll change them to.
Yeah, you can change for the people that are not subscribed,
right? And for the people that are subscribed too, you can do both.
Yeah,
you can, and I do. There's like you said, the highest rated video I have that's like got 120K.
Yep.
That's the one that's on the non subscriber intro. Like that's the thing they see, because that's the one that people like. And then I go into the newest thing that I'm liking, or the things that's getting the most traction on my channel. That'll be the featured video for anybody that comes back. So whatever's got the best click-through rate, whatever's got the best, most views, I'll put that up there. And that tends to be how I drive that particular portion of my channel. But just like you said, those guys are just pouring out information. And for us, I mean, all of us are right about in the same realm. It's just that final push to your next goal.
Yep.
And these little things are going to help.
And if we stick together, we'll all get there eventually.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah. And I think that unfortunately, I just feel like, look, I haven't gone through it. And again, I haven't rewatched Kenobi again since the premiere. And I think I need to. And I think I need to I think I might just do an entire watch through the whole shabizzle, right?
Well, I know a guy that has already done the work and stitched them together for you.
Right. But I'm looking for the flaws, right? This is, I think that's going to be the point of that stream, is that I'm going to basically do the whole 6 episodes. So whatever that 3 hours and 40 minutes, it'll be a 4-hour stream, I'll talk about the stuff here and there in the intermissions, but there's stuff I didn't like. I just didn't air that laundry.
Right.
There's stuff I watched the show and I was like, ooh, they're going to hate that girl. Like, ooh, girl, you messed up. Right. But I choose. If everybody's so about this Star Wars stuff, the choice is to be one way or the other. Right? Light, dark, good, bad, from your perspective. I'm sure Maul thought he was a good guy in his perspective, right?
Yep.
So
yeah, and that's why I want to look at these things critically, rationally, philosophically, not trying to only look at the good, not trying to find whatever bad stuff I can point out and light on fire. I want to know why I like certain things. And I want to know why certain things don't land the way that they should. And so that's my commitment. And a couple people have said, thanks for being so positive. And that's not my goal, is to be positive. I want to think things through and be rational about it. And I want there to be substance to my reasoning. But we're going to end it there. Thank you, everyone that stopped by tonight. Thank you, both of you guys, and Paul earlier, who came by. It's been a great year, and I really appreciate all of you guys watching. The 800 plus subscriber number looks better than it actually is, but even that wouldn't be possible without you guys watching. So I appreciate all of you guys, and may the stash be with you, and I will see you wherever I happen to see you in the galaxy.